Big fight this weekend. Did you watch it?
I particularly enjoyed your presenting, mate. I thought it was good.
Obviously, I didn't get to do the rehearsals. There was nothing. It would just go sit in front of like all these lights and cameras. Brian starts it. He hands it over to me. I'm like, whoa, what do I say? So I'm like, good evening, Manchester. And Arena goes, woo. I'm like, all right, we're all right, yeah.
Arena goes.
The balls it must take to literally go into a cage in your bills with just some 4-ounce gloves on and fight another person. It's like it's some gladiator shit. So fair play to them both.
Paul, I love the way that he did it because I hate all the celebrity fighting shit. Raised money for a good cause, which he's clearly really passionate about, and gave a good account of himself. And he was really gracious in defeat, which is something you almost never see, especially amongst these like celebrity types of fights.
How much money would they have to pay you to train for a year to then step into the cage and fight another person?
I don't know. Like we're talking like. Hi, madam.
I'm all ready.
I should have waited until you finish taking a sip of your coffee.
Not like when you go to a restaurant and you take a bite and like, oh, you enjoying your food, Doc?
Hi, madam.
And I'm Josh.
And it's always you and me, always and forever.
Harmonise, George.
And,
Go on, keep going.
No, it was supposed to just be one line, and I was going to say, and George. Yes, Breaking Bread Podcast. Welcome back. How you doing, mate? You've had a busy week. I can tell you're fitting a bust wanting to talk about it, so let me know what's
I'm all right. It's done, isn't it? We've completed it, George. Retired.
Our very own Vernon.
In my head, I was like, oh, we'll get to this weekend, and that's kind of like we check out for Christmas, and he's doing that. It's horrendous how much work.
Are you gonna update your bio now to Channel 4 presenter? Our very own Ginger Vernon K.
Ginger Vernon K.
I can see you getting addicted on that. I thought you were saying, oh, yeah, that's it, we're done now. But I can see you ready, aren't you, for Series 2, Stage to the Cage, me versus fucking Roy Cropper fighting over a Cornish pasty. You ready for it? Let's go!
Yeah, they couldn't afford you, mate. You're too hot, aren't you?
Right there, yeah.
How much would you... That's probably a good question for the podcast. How much money would they have to pay you to train for a year to then step into the cage and fight another person?
The training wouldn't be a problem, but like to get kicked and punched in the head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we're talking like 7 figures, at least £1 million. Why would I want to get my beautiful face punched up?
Yeah, I get that.
You know,
I'm kind of with you on that because as the date was looming and like obviously Jake or Paul could have won the fight. I thought, what if one of them gets head kicked and knocked out? And like Paul forgets his set, or Jake forgets his lines for what's he doing? Full Monty.
Full Monty.
I thought, how devastating would that be?
I feel like the worst of those two is Paul forgetting his entire routine.
Yeah, when he's got an arena tour.
Who does Jake play in the Full Monty? Which character does he play from the film? You don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
is there like a pretty one or something?
I don't think so.
The good-looking one.
I suppose isn't that Hugo? Is it Hugo? I nearly said Hugo Weaving. It's not him. Hugo Spear. I think that actor's name was. Is it? I think he's supposed to be the pretty one.
Anyway,
you'd be the ginger one.
what? Is that 2 ginger jokes in what?
Because there is a ginger one.
5 minutes. We'll start off with the YouTube comments. We'll come back to this, Georgia boy. Let's keep this order.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
Okay, this first comment from...
What, Husky George? What happened there? He put on sex line there, did he?
Sounds like Jackie Stallone or something. Kathleen Turner in the corner.
Don't you cut that bit out, George?
Sure. This first comment from Glass Velo. This episode was up there. Flawless production value and breathtaking continuity. We had it all. Car crashes, dodgy restaurants, beer made from fanny juice, and Adam's questionable sexual stamina. Keep up the stellar work, lads.
We should can we copy that and can you put that in the Spotify podcast?
Yeah.
Do you get reviews?
You get like a bio. You can put it in the bio. There is reviews, I think. It's that's funny because you made that reel out of the video, out of context reel of what we said in the podcast. And then the day after, I went to the gym and one of the ladies there were like, in front of everybody, were like, were you talking about fanny juice and beer on your podcast? It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, this is not a good look. This.
It was, if you recall, it was actually a story about vaginal yeast, not juiced.
And it's actually a story that you came with, not Josh.
Yeah. Well, because I knew he'd love it, kind of thing.
But anyway, thanks, Glass Velo. We will attempt to keep up the stellar work.
Next one's from James Hughes. I think Beard needs to accept that the just for men in his beard isn't fooling anyone. We all see the grey.
That's funny, that.
If I was using just for men, you wouldn't see the grey. The amount of people that say, do you dye your beard? If I dyed it, it wouldn't be ginger, grey, brown. There's parts of it that look slightly green to me. I've got the sooner I have a grey beard, the better, mate. It's no, that's no. My hair's definitely starting to go grey.
Is it?
It's just so much of it that you can't really tell.
I think you're doing quite well to say you've got dark hair that it's not gone grey yet.
To me, I think grey looks really distinguished. There's this dude that I used to. There was like a beard model. I didn't really follow him, but like I used to see him on stuff all the time. He had like a grey beard, long grey hair. I thought he looked cool as shit. So the sooner that happens to me, the better you won't catch me dyeing my hair.
Is that with Santa Claus?
Next one from Nicole Chew. How much will 100 episodes of this have cost you?
You're trying to get us wound up, Nicole Chew.
We have to send away to NASA to compute that, man. We can't do that kind of mathematics.
Yeah. I mean, like, because obviously over time, Adam's value's increased. So we've got like George's rate.
I turn up for free? The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Lots and lots of money, I would imagine. But we do it for the fun, don't we?
We do it for the laugh, yeah. How many episodes are we on now? I was trying to work it out the other day just for fun, but you don't actually number them, do you, George?
He does?
Yeah, I do. It's just small in the corner. It's more for our reference than anything else.
All right.
And it's probably wrong.
It's probably about 95 or 96.
Okay, but we did leave a few dumped
Like that.
somewhere. We're nearly getting up to the... We have to make a big deal when it's the official 100th, though, I suppose. I don't know, when I say big deal, I'll bring some confetti and just throw it in the air, but like party poppers.
Last comment from Akens54. Good fun as always. By the way, I'm listening in the middle of nowhere in Ireland making chutney. I'm 60.
Cool story, mate.
What's
I
that?
can picture that. Making chutney. Quite like chutney.
In the middle of
Ireland.
nowhere.
But he's not told us what type of chutney. Maybe you could send us if you make us some chutney, what's his name?
Akens54.
I'm making the assumption it's a man, might not be. That sounds like something a man would do, make chutney. I don't know why. But yeah, send us a sample, but like don't lace it with arsenic or anything. We'll give it a try. Am I just getting into something there by saying we'll try it?
Well, yeah, we'll try it. We'll probably do some. Are we going to do the reviews of like the takeout Christmas food this year?
It's the same fucking shit every year, man.
Yeah, but if it's all fresh coming out, we'll give it a whirl.
If there's out fresh, we could totally do that. Yeah.
I just went for
Look, Starbucks have got the Christmas. I don't know if the Christmas coffee is actually out yet, but the packaging is out.
I just went to obviously just went to Starbucks, and the lady there was. So it's the same lady that said the other week. She was like, "Do you do videos with that beard guy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yes." We had a bit of back and forth, and then this morning she's like, "He's in America, isn't he?" And I went, "No." She's like, "I saw him eating the like breakfast pizza challenge." I'm like, "Oh no, I'm pretty sure that like it's summer. Like he's been to fucking Norway since." I said, "I'm recording with him in 10 minutes." He's definitely in the
I've been
UK.
to 5 different countries since then. That was a lot of people. I said in that video like I'm going to be in New York, and some people are like, "Oh, bro, when are you going to be in New York?" I'm like, about 4 months ago.
I sent you a link this morning. I saw a video of a 10-foot pizza in New York, and it said
it's
like
one of those bullshit things, you know. It's like they just do it for TikTok and shit. It's not real.
it's not real.
I mean, it's a real pizza. I'm not saying they CGI'd the pizza. I just mean it's not like something on the menu you can order, you know.
Oh, there's me thinking you could go for a trip to New York and do a 10-foot pizza.
Fucking ain't New York. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's not be negative.
That's
It's in
coming
that same
from-
kind of like level
from
of
Adam.
I'm in a good mood this morning. It's the same kind of level as London. I think maybe it's just the fact that it's like mega hectic. So like once you've seen it once, you don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
I don't look forward to like, oh, New York. Yeah, I can't wait for the traffic and shit.
Anyway, big fight this weekend. Did you watch it?
Oh, last weekend. I thought you said it was
last weekend.
I thought it was on this big. I did actually watch it. I watched it. You know why? Because let me try and just be as sincere as possible. Academy Award winning performance. Come on. Because I know you guys have put loads of hard work into it. I thought, you know what, this is where it all comes to fruition. So I'm going to tune in and show my support. Admittedly, I was watching. It was at the same time as what game was it?
Arsenal.
Oh, you think it? I can't remember what game it was. It must have been Arsenal, right? Yeah, because it was it's Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been, yeah. But anyway, I don't. You couldn't get it on TV anyway, right? You couldn't get it on the player on TV. You had to. It must be a streaming thing.
Yeah, I thought you could. I thought on the app, on the TV, you could.
No.
I'm sure I've done it before.
You could cast it, but you can't actually get. If you go on that.
So yeah, I can only do it from your phone.
Anyway, by the by, that's technicality, and nobody really gives a shit. But yeah, I did watch it, and I particularly enjoyed your presenting, mate. I thought it was good.
That was terrifying. So I found out about that about 2 hours before the show, And obviously, like, we'd just led to this point. So as far as like beyond Octagon 48, I was like, that's it, we're done. Like, I wasn't made aware that I would be doing any more shows.
Sorry, wardrobe change.
I thought we were like, nearing retirement. And then 2 hours before the show, Brian went, do you want to do the live studio bit?
Why was that like a last minute thing?
Between,
you think they'd have someone?
I don't know. I never asked, but I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But so then we were talking about the next 3 fights, next 3 fight cards, which I knew nothing about. So I spent 10 minutes trying to research it and praying to the gods that I could pull it off. And
you've got a very affable nature to you, mate. You're a better presenter than what's his name, the main guy, Brian. So like, hopefully Octagon are watching.
Cut that. Hopefully Brian's not watching. I'm not. Like, Brian is he's a pro.
But there's like a certain, but who gives a shit about, like, I don't watch like my favorite pundits on like Match of the Day or Sky aren't the ones that necessarily know the most stats, whatever. It's people that have just a likability to them. And I gave you grief for that suit, but I like the suit. That's some shit I'd wear.
I thought this is like, it was so garish, but I thought Adam might.
It's smart. It's nice. The dicky bows are a bit weird, but like half of me was thinking, why would he wear a dicky bow unless it's one of those like prop dicky bows?
Where you could like squirt.
Lean over at Brian.
But what a weird experience that was, like the live TV thing. Because bearing in mind, like, obviously I didn't get to do the rehearsals. There were nothing. It would just go sit in front of like all these lights and cameras.
Yeah,
I didn't know that one, I didn't know you had to wear an earpiece, and two, I didn't know it were going to be broadcast to the arena. So that throws you off. So they put an earpiece in. One, two,
your own voice, like with like a half-second lag.
Yeah, so it's like Brian starts it, he hands it over to me. I'm like, whoa, what do I say? So I'm like, good evening, Manchester. And Arena goes, woo. I'm like, all right, we're all right, yeah.
Arena goes. Had a couple of crickets in the background. So.
Clap.
Yeah, we got through it, mate. But it was good. It was like a just fast-paced night. Georgia boy got to experience the first event. How did you find it, mate?
It was class, mate.
Yeah.
Didn't get cage side though, did he? Poor lad.
Oh, pretty much.
You got pretty close.
As close as I could get, yeah.
But I thought you were gonna be sat. I was like, I can see Josh, but I can't see George for some reason.
It was you couldn't have come cage side. It was too tight. No. But you were close, and we got him in the cage after the fight.
It didn't look very tight. You know what I mean? I was thinking. Do you know what made me laugh the most? I'm gonna get you in trouble. It went like, we're going over to Celebrity Cam, and there's like some guy, and I'm thinking I don't know who that is, but maybe that's just because I'm not hip. And then later on it's like, back to Celebrity Cam, Kerry Katona. I'm like, but she didn't pay for a fucking ticket, did she? Sat here at home. Cheers, mate. Yeah.
I didn't see
fucking Kerry Katona.
I didn't see her True Geordie.
No, yeah, True Geordie got
True Geordie
did all that promotion, never turned up. I think he was sick.
Shocker.
Yeah.
That's bad, that, innit? That Emma Jones were there from Leeds United television pundit. Does she love Leeds United? Do you know who she is?
Emma, no, never heard of her.
Oh. Anyway, moving swiftly on. What did you think to the fight, mate? Our friend Paul Smith from the podcast.
You know what? I love the way that Paul, like, I don't want to get too deep into it because I'm just going to start, like, ragging on everyone. But Paul, I love the way that he did it because I fucking hate all this celebrity fighting shit. Yeah. And I love the fact that he just went in, and he wasn't like, yeah, I'm the baddest man on the planet and all this fucking nonsense. He's just like, yeah, I'm here because they're going to pay me whatever X amount of money and I'm going to give all that money to a charity. And he didn't make a big deal of it. He wasn't like, yeah, he just raised money for a good cause, which he's clearly really passionate about, and gave a good account of himself. And he was really gracious in defeat, which is something you almost never see, especially amongst these like celebrity types of fights. And I thought like he did a good job. I mean, I don't know enough about MMA to assess the performance, but I just thought, oh man, he had some luck with those leg kicks, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he got a bit greedy with them, and it was that one, if you remember, he missed, and then he had to spin out, and that's what caught him off balance. But my initial thought was like, looking at Paul and then looking at Jake, I'm like, the reach advantage is too much. And I thought, I know like Paul's really good at grappling. I thought like, just fucking get him on the ground, man.
Yeah.
His reach counts for shit on the ground, but he didn't. But I'm sure like he probably, if he assessed it, he'd do things differently. But like anyone can win, anyone could lose in a fight like that, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And also like, the weight cut was weight cutting is basically like sanctioned cheating. It's like if you can, that's like it technically is that if you can cut enough weight within a period of time and then regain it, you're gonna have an advantage. So Jake was always he's previously done boxing, really good striker. He cut. I think he said he walked into the cage around 85 or 86 kilos, and he weighed in at 76 kilos. So there's 10 kilos of water weight that he's managed to play the system. So there's like
glycogen.
Yeah, so there's like a massive difference there. Like you said, Paul had a good account of himself. Amazing what he did for charity, and just like I genuinely just happy that they were both all right.
The best part of that, sorry, but I just remembered, but the best part of the whole show is where they asked Paul for like a bit of a play-by-play afterwards. He's like, fucking hell, like I thought, he touched me, I thought he's well heavier than me. He must have a fucking 13-inch dick, get his tickets to fucking full Monty, mate.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
Yeah, he did he did really well, did Paul. Then leg kicks landed, but Jake was just strong. And what really happened was when they went up against the clinched against the cage, Jake grabbed the cage.
I know, cheating bastard.
But then to Jake's advantage, they got separated and obviously started standing. So like even though Paul was technically in a disadvantaged position, at least they were close. They weren't in like, they were like in the pocket as it were. And then that were it. He missed the leg kick and took a few right hands. And
I just stayed away from him for as long as possible until the referees, I presumably start warning you at a point, like if you just get...
he's just like chasing him around.
Not running
like
around,
road runner.
Could you just stayed away from him. But you probably... It must be hard to like be... kind of be able to stay calm and cool and have a plan when you've just gone in and it's like an arena and you're kind of fired up. You just be thinking, oh, fuck it.
You can't imagine. I mean, the balls it must take to literally go into a cage in your bills with just some 4-ounce gloves on and fight another person. It's like, it's some gladiator shit. So, fair play to them both. They got it done, they're both healthy. And we did it, George.
Nobody died. Nobody died.
Nobody forgot the sets. What were your take on it, George? The whole night, you got a bit fresh, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, afterwards.
Too much to drink, George.
Oh, a little bit.
Probably like look at the size of him, man. Probably 4 pints and he's done for.
Okay. He had a like a 2 pint.
He had like 2 pinters, yeah.
His fucking beer. I went over to him.
It was like you needed
like
2
cauldron?
hands. I felt like a toddler. You were like a little bottle. Funny.
How much of that?
Oh, don't even. Don't even.
What did you make of it though? First event, you get to see the lads fight. You get to meet him for the first time. That's weird. He's edited them for a life.
Obviously met Paul before, but not met Jake and like the team and stuff. But like when they were walking out, I felt really nervous, like sick with nerves. Because obviously like, I've seen them train the whole time.
You're not fighting.
Well, no, I know.
We were invested in it though. We're not dead inside like you.
But like you've sort of like
I
filmed
wouldn't be
them.
nervous if it was me.
You would.
I don't think I would. But only because I don't give a shit about myself. I'll be like, whatever. Just going to help for a second. I get knocked clean out a bit. Wake up in the hospital. She obviously good as long as my nose is still intact.
I won't be nervous if it were you.
Yeah, I'd fucking bite one.
I'd be like, fucking smash him. No, but yeah, it was a good event. There was one fight where a guy got knocked out and then he started going after the ref because he didn't know the ref wasn't the fighter.
Was that after the Paul Smith thing?
Before that were on the prelims. So
like I tuned in for that weird little. Who was that kid? There was like 2 of them. This is not an. Well, I don't know. We need to stop talking about this because this is not. Obviously, it's not an MMA podcast. But that event, there was a point when 2 of them were just arguing. This little guy who had like a shaved head and like a tiny little.
rat
It was
tail.
like that clip-on like thing that Rodney wears in Only Fools and Horses, and he's shouting at some other dude. But it went on for like I'm thinking like Brian's there with the mic, and I'm thinking like. This has gone on for longer than 1 minute. You say, all right, boys, right, well, maybe that'll be on the next event. But it was like 5 minutes it went on.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking, shut the fuck up. He just kept saying to him, get out the ring then, Stevie boy, or whatever he was called. And the other guy just stood there laughing at him. I thought, oh my days.
It was funny though, because like that's like played to the arena as well. So there's that Jack Cartwright and Jonas McGard like bickering back and forth. He's like, I will knock you out. He's like, you couldn't knock out a wank, mate. It's like echoing around the arena.
I can imagine some Channel 4 execs like, oh, what have we done?
And Paul said cunt as well, live on TV as well. Like, so Paul in his post-fight speech said cunt.
Streaming though, isn't it? So it's allowed.
I get it.
Yeah. Maybe like internal regulations, I don't know. But anyway. Well done, boys. Well done.
We did it. We completed it. Hurrah! Now what do we do? Oh, I know. We've got a busy month ahead, haven't we?
Have we? I've got fuck all on this.
It's almost Christmas. We've been fooding some more filming challenges. We succeeded.
At what?
Filming some food challenge.
Oh, a food challenge.
A food challenge.
Oh yeah, we did, yeah. I've forgotten about that. Like almost entirely. Fucking left my brain. We did. Yeah, it was. We managed to find another one of those where you've got like an all-you-can-eat record thing, which has got to be smashed.
We went back there on Friday for some food to that particular restaurant.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because it was nice food.
Oh, right.
And it was near to where the hotel where we were staying, for the event. Oh, and we had some buffalo wings from that particular restaurant, and they were unreal, mate. So if you're gonna take on a wing challenge, I would recommend that one.
We've already done wings, man. We did wings. Maybe
But
I'll
these
do
are
it
like proper wings. Not we had fucking drumsticks from a pterodactyl.
Were they fried or just grilled?
I don't know.
Did they have like crust on them?
They were covered in buffalo sauce. I don't know.
But did they have, like, were they like KFC or were they just like a wing?
Like a wing.
Just a wing. Just
Yeah,
the meat.
yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. Well, maybe I will go back there then.
No, but you didn't say were they battered or unbattered.
You know what I mean?
Anyway. I obviously didn't know what you mean.
I'm glad you enjoyed your meal when you went back there. Yeah. It was cool. I'm not editing that one though. That's Get Your Media PLC's job.
It's still in post production.
Yeah.
Expect to see it late 2024, early 2025. What have you been up to this weekend, mate? What did you get house hunting? MOTs on your Tesla?
Yeah, I've done all those. You try to goad them, but it's not going to work because I'm seeing more and
those
more.
that are listening and watching, what you can't feel is like Adam's such a twitchy character. He's like his legs bouncing on the table, and I can feel ground moving, table moving.
I am a little bit neurotic. Yeah, I'm a bit twitchy, but no, I know what you're trying to do, and there were more people watching. The last episode was really successful, wasn't it? Loads of people watched and listened to it.
That's nuts.
And I think I got a lot of feedback that people said, "Oh my god, you're a bit negative here, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, yeah, but this is my weekly therapy session. Essentially, that's why I come for free." So I've been got the MOT passed. There was some sticky areas in between, but it did pass. And we've not yet bought a house, no. But I appreciate you asking.
Did they get to the bottom of the restricted speed thing on the
I don't
Tesla?
know. They didn't tell me that they did. We'll see, won't we? Next time I take it on the motorway. I've not had it this morning, that message, but I don't know.
It's cured.
The longer that I'm gonna sell it, to be honest, or scrap it, or one of the two. I don't know, but like I will.
George is looking for a new car. Do you want a Tesla that can only go 22 mile an hour?
Not that desperate.
So obviously as well on social media we put out a post of the Halloween costumes, which you.
That's how little I had to do that week. It took me a long time to Photoshop that. I thought it was quite successful.
People have now noticed that you've boycotted the Facebook page because you've got access to it.
Oh, you mean I took over it momentarily because I knew you guys were away busy this week. I thought I'll be a bit mischievous, and I thought that's probably some of my greatest artistic work, including all my videos.
Please describe it to the audio listeners.
Well, if you've not seen it, maybe George can overlay it at the risk of just giving him more shit to do. But it's an expertly photoshopped package of a Halloween. You buy those like cheap Halloween costumes, and it tells you what it is on the package. It says unsuccessful podcast host, and it's Josh wearing his Hawaiian. It's like he's doing like a Vice City themed GTA Vice City themed photo shoot, and it says costume includes hideous shirt, imitation Rolex. I forgot I said that. It's fun. Failed coffee brand and CrossFit obsession. Brand deals available separately.
See, I didn't read any of them.
Oh, you didn't?
At first. A couple of days after that, me and George were looking at it again.
Devil's in the detail, man. I was quite proud of that. Quite proud of the Photoshop. That you got a massive arse as well in that picture. You must have been squatting back then. But I was quite happy. Yours was not quite as good, but I appreciated it nonetheless.
It looks like that looks weird, doesn't it?
Just look a little bit. Where's your hand there?
It looks like a pig's trotter, doesn't it?
No, I wasn't going to think that. I was just wondering why your hand was there.
The
other hand.
opposite hand, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? It looks like a cock from a rhino. Have you ever seen a rhino's cock?
No.
So we filmed it at the Wildlife Fair, didn't we? And they've got like this cock that kind of looks like something off Alien. And it bends and twists and stuff. That's what that looks like. Anyway, I made one.
Mine bends. There's nothing special. Mine's bent quite severely to one side. So.
Which side?
The right side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be to left,
Good for picking locks.
So I made one in return.
Yours was wank though.
What?
Look at you didn't pay any attention to the text. You didn't try and make it look real. Shocking.
It looks real. It's the little hairy man. Costume includes bad breath, tiny penis.
Why bad breath? You could accuse me of many things. Bad breath is not one of them.
Well, fucking hell, mate. Post them ribs. I disagree.
Yeah, because that's a food. It's not like I'm on natural breath.
Tiny penis that doesn't work. Millionaire.
Got me there.
Only available in extra small sizes.
Yeah, no, it's good, mate. Yeah, I can't remember taking that picture as well. Did I take that one?
We took it. Do you remember when we did like the first pictures for this?
Yeah, we need to take some new ones.
We do. Like I thought that we need some new.
Looks too serious.
We look dead serious on them. when we didn't know what the podcast was going to be.
Yeah. Still don't know what it's going to be.
George, can you pull up that video that one of the subscribers said of Turbo the Snail in real life? So obviously I've spoke about Turbo the Snail a few times.
I'm unfamiliar with it still, apart from the name.
So one of the guys called Josh Maurice sent this to me on Instagram. That's pretty funny.
Big fucking snail, that man.
It's a big snail.
You know what's funny about that is there's a light outside. You know, in the door, there's like a little doorwell in my house. You've been to my house, and there's a light to light up the doorwell.
Yeah,
there's a snail attached to that about 2 weeks ago. Fucking hell, I didn't know they could defy gravity. It was there for about 3 days, just chilling. I'm thinking, you imagine all the blood rushing to its head. It's just gonna fall off. But yeah, that's funny. I like it.
Movember.
Have you started it yet?
Look, can you see my facial hair? I'm growing facial hair to then shave off. What do you reckon? Do you reckon I can pull it off?
Yeah. How long? So that's 7 days worth of hair.
Yeah, 8 days now. Yeah, are you impressed or not impressed?
That's pretty poor, that mate. I've seen worse, but
Doesn't seem to be growing very fast.
I'd have like a full fucking beard after 7 days.
You've got dark hair, though, haven't you? Even George's got. Are you going to shave yours off and do Movember?
No.
You'd look weird, man.
I've never shaved.
No,
my
come
house.
on.
Studio would look like an 80s porn set, wouldn't it? We're all sat here.
The moustaches. I think George could pull off any type of facial hair.
I've done goatee before.
I've seen you have goatee.
You've got quite an angular face. I mean, I think a goatee would probably work on you. Like
I like fucking
I won't do it again, though.
I like Desperate Dan at the minute. I hate it. Like, I don't like having facial hair.
Like I said to you though, like it'll go through like a shit moment, and then you've got to push past that, and then it'll be all right then.
And then I can be like...
And you can be like Adam.
A knockoff BeardMeatsFood.
Well, the whole point is that you shave the chin, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Movember.
But like, if I'd have just like... I'd have looked like a right nonce if I'd have rocked up this weekend with just like the smallest...
That's the point. You live and die by the rules of Movember, don't you?
Yeah, but I ended up on telly, so it were
Well, maybe, yeah, but after that.
Yeah.
But now you should have shaved it.
Also, we've got on his notes.
Got on us notes.
Got on our notes.
So I saw some in the comments. Like, I don't know why, but I've been reading a few more. I'm like, it's like, what's with Adam mocking Josh's accent? He's from Leeds too. I'm like, yeah, but it makes me laugh, like how deeply Josh descends into the broad Yorkshire.
People think you're a Geordie on your videos.
I know. I sound weird. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'd sound like a Geordie, but I think you could tell I'm from the north of England.
Yeah,
at
man,
least.
why are you, man?
But I don't.
Let's get it.
Fucking whatever. I don't know why I interrupted you.
You're right, mate.
What you gonna say?
The twitching's like really getting to me. You throw me off this week. That leg bouncing, and you just look a bit angry.
No, me never.
I've got.
Yeah, go on. What are you saying? You were saying some shit, and I interrupted you. And I shouldn't have done.
I've got a little beard in my pocket today.
I see that. Yeah,
You like it? Remember these from the live show?
I do. Yeah, but I've noticed a few people asking when we're doing the next one.
All the ones that got nicked.
Yeah, all the ones that got stolen.
Yeah, well, I mean,
We'll do another show at some point when Adam is feeling up to it.
I block everyone that asks me. No, I'm joking. I do what I.
You sent us. I don't know if you did send us the video. I've not seen it, but you mentioned that there was a man getting bummed on Twitter by a horse. So it somehow made the notes section for this week.
Sent the message was like, just warning you lads, stay off Twitter tonight.
I did, yeah. Because
So then Tory Mike went and looked for it.
that does not surprise me, I have to say. But yeah, we don't really need to cover that in detail. There was a pretty.
Can you describe the scene, please?
No, because
we're in a stable or in like a bed.
It was in a stable, yeah. In the bed, you fucking Godfather. He was just sat there like spooning this horse. It wasn't quite that romantic. Yeah, I'm not going to describe it because it's horrific. And it goes back to that whole thing that I've said about like since Elon Musk acquired Twitter, it's a fucking toxic wasteland, man. Like I didn't want to come across that.
Yeah,
and that's why I sent you that message saying, boys, stay off Twitter tonight. Just give yourself a break because you might come across something by mistake.
I think social media in general is turning into that. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm just turning into Adam. But
maybe
Twitter is like that. Even Instagram's like that. I told you about that.
Somebody
somebody getting killed on Instagram, and I reported it, and they were like, "Nah, it's sound." Yet I got shadow banned, right?
Yeah.
So get this: I needed for an upcoming shoot, I needed to get in touch with a prosthetic makeup artist. So for a particular shoot, so bear in mind, I've watched somebody getting fucking killed with an AK-47. That's fine. I've tried to follow somebody and DM'd them, and because it went into their sort of request folder, I went onto one of their posts and said, "Hi mate, just tried to get in touch with you. Please check your DMs." That got flagged as like a spam thing, and they shut my Instagram account down for like 72 hours. So you can watch people getting bummed by horses, killed, but you can't say check your DMs.
Not long enough, 72 hours, man. Anyway, yeah, no, it's just it's a mad place. That was an item for discussion this week. What have you written down? Man bummed by a horse.
Man getting bummed by a horse on Twitter.
Of course you did. Yeah. What's the next one?
AI Snoop Dogg narrating Beard.
You know what? Who said that? Was that Mike?
Tory Mike, I think.
But like a few people had sent. I'd seen like on notifications, like loads of them come through and say like what something to do with Snoop, and I just clicked on it, right? And it was a reel, and it was like a long one. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not watching all this. But then when Mike sent it, he clipped it, whatever. And yeah, it was like it was Snoop Dogg narrating something to do with me, some video of me or something. But yeah, it's clearly like an AI voice generated thing. It's scary, that, isn't it? You know,
it's scary. You'll be AI soon. I was trying to submit on it already. Actually, used you to like sell ball shavers or something.
Yeah,
the influential being that you are.
I suppose it'd be like, then I just get a lawyer, right, and just sue him, because there is still like,
that's exhausting, though, isn't it? Like, imagine
it is exhausting and expensive, but it's worth it. You know, I got a Facebook page deleted this week, which was like an absolute triumph, because the dude was fucking wholesale stealing not only my videos but loads of other people's. And
was it monetized as well?
It did. Originally no, but it got to the point where it got so many views that it was monetized, which is that's not inherently a bad thing though, because then I could claim all that. My default, like, right. So Facebook's got software which detects, or is supposed to detect, theft of content. Right? It's normally quite easy. I get them all the time, and I'll just be like, yoink. I'll have all your money, please. Or I'll just block him. But this one, he started off just changing the voice, so I sounded like Alvin from, like, you know, the Chipmunks. And then I noticed them all, so I claimed them all. I blocked them all, so then he deleted them all. And then he started uploading somebody else's videos. Another person does similar stuff. And then he went back to uploading mine, but he changed the voice even more, and then like totally desaturated it, so it almost looked like log footage, and like off to one setting. And Facebook's content detection is so poor that it got through. So I had to send them a report, like an IP infringement report, and they commented back saying, "You've not provided links." I'm like, "I've provided a link to the page, because all the fucking page does is nick people's videos, delete it." And it took them like a week, but they did delete it in the end. So.
Who's got that much time? I imagine other creators have probably got their own like departments or people that'll do that, right? Rather than just
probably
solo beard just going for it.
Yeah, well, that's what that benefit of being on a network, isn't it? But like, what am I going to give up 30% of my revenue so somebody can help me block pages? Like, I think there should be a point at which you can like, at least you can contact YouTube. That's one thing I like about YouTube. You can contact them, and say sort this out, and they'll generally help you. But Facebook and all the rest of them are just dog shit. Absolutely appalling. That's what there's still one on TikTok with like 300,000 followers that people think is me. So I'm still trying. I'm have to get like a lawyer to do that, and lawyers charge you $1,000 to write a letter to somebody. Yeah. So like, you know, it's kind of like, I just can't. I fucking hate it. But anyway, I was in a good mood this morning. Is there something good on there? Something fun? Did you see that video of the person on the plane, the lady on the plane that was complaining about the man behind her? No. It was quite a short video, isn't it? There's nothing really.
What happened?
Well, it was. The video was like a 10-second clip or something. There's a woman on a plane, and she was pointing at a guy and saying that he'd been pushing or interfering with her seat for the whole flight. But he was in the back row of the plane, and it was quite a tall fellow. She had put a seat back,
right?
So it kind of polarized the internet, saying who's the bad guy, which actually made me think, if that's polarized the internet, that tells you how fucked up people's sense of morality is, because the bad guy is the woman that puts a fucking chair back. You know what I mean? I hate people who do that on planes. I know you can. That should just be removed.
I thought you were going another way with that. I thought you'd been like, the bad guy is the guy.
Man. Like, so you get on a plane, right? So say I get on a plane and you're behind me.
Yeah.
Somebody just tall, right? And they're on the back, so they can't recline the seat, basically, right? Do I get on? It was a short haul flight, I think, as well. I think it was internally in America, from what I remember. Do I need to put my seat back? Do I need to? I don't need to do it. I just spend most of the flight upright, because I'm not a knobhead, right? Who's going to put my seat back and make it less comfortable for the person behind me that can't then move their seat back.
Why couldn't he put his seat back?
Because if you're the last in the row, you can't. There's no functionality to do it.
Right. Okay, sorry.
People in the comments like, oh, well, he's tall. He shouldn't have booked the last. What if that was the last seat on the plane?
Yeah.
And I just thought, man, like, what? So I thought fair play to him. I probably wouldn't have done that. I'd have said, "Excuse me, could you?"
What
move
did he
your seat?"
say to her? Sorry.
I don't know if he said anything like that. You got a short, like you normally do,
Right.
a condensed version. But she said I think he was like pushing a seat like this to just wind her up, right? Because she put a seat back. I think I would have just said, "Excuse me, would you mind moving your seat forward?" Because
I think you probably get arrested for that, can't you? Like, if you do stuff like that on a plane, they'll literally like lift you at the other side.
Yeah,
Won't they?
he's probably the guy that got in trouble for it because he thought, well, fuck it, if she's not gonna play ball, then I'll just make this hell for her.
I could not imagine if you were in that situation. Luckily, you fly only first class, if not private. But back when,
I've never flown first class in my life. Business class is what you mean.
Didn't say I haven't flown private.
I've certainly never flown private.
But I can't imagine you in like you would fucking lose your shit, would you?
I'd just tell him I move it forward.
You'd go. That would go viral. That even if you weren't a celebrity, like I can only imagine how angry.
But it's not the point. Is it? It shouldn't descend to that. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I agree. It should be cursed.
Get on the plane and think, oh, there's somebody behind me. Maybe I won't put my seat back because he can't move his seat backwards. Job done, right? You've done your call it your good deed for the day.
I agree. I
don't
agree
understand
with
it, man. Just you're not the center of the fucking universe. You know what I mean? Like,
People think
did
they
you
are,
need
though.
those extra 6 inches? It's not, is it? It's like,
you could do with an extra 6 inches.
Yeah, Mrs. Beard would love that.
Speaking of 6 inches, George, what's the next topic of conversation? Because these are not ones that I've put in this chat.
So normally we do like a bit of a what's happened in the news this week.
That was
Sort of
it, wasn't it?
light-hearted thing. So I found a couple of little news stories that I thought were quite funny. In this one, a charity shop has asked people not to donate sex toys after recent X-rated donations.
I thought that was going to be totally different because I read a story about a charity shop asking people not to donate Dan Brown books, which made me laugh because they are shit. But I say shit, that's it's subjective, obviously. I don't want to criticise Dan Brown's best-selling author, but yeah, it did make me laugh that people just got sick of the Da Vinci Code.
They've asked people to refrain from donating used and unused marital aids. That's what they've described.
Marital aids?
Yes, as they, quote, aren't quite the soft toys we're looking for.
I thought charity shops would just take everything. I mean,
You can't be selling dildos, can you?
maybe used, and you probably wouldn't give them away new, would you? I think you'd make an exception, surely, if they're in their original packaging. Somebody gives you a dildo or whatever. I don't know. Cool. Good one, George.
Can you click
else?
on the next one? My internet is just not.
Well, the
loading
title is
pages.
Man Pisses in Beer Factory VAT.
This really is in the gut of this podcast, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be a miracle if we get to 100 episodes.
It didn't work, George.
It don't work for me either.
Can you not copy and paste it on your computer into the actual browser?
Or
Don't talk.
we could just skip that one, Come on. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's what you mean.
They're all pretty shit. I'm reading the lines on this. You're not going to like any of them, mate.
They're bad. Well, you said you need to get done early today. It was bite-sized episode. So you got to go, or you're filming with that watch dealer, or you're doing something else with Ant Middleton, or
No, I've got
filming some more minor celebrities punching each other.
I've got to film minor celebrities that make food videos.
Oh yeah, was that Break My Takeaway?
You were on Steph's Pack Lunch over there.
Sorry, bit late.
Yes, George. Hasn't that been cancelled?
I think it's because of that one. I think he finally made his way from like the teammate or lunch mate they called him to the actual main event.
Yeah.
In the hot seat, and they went, "We're fucking cancelling this."
You should just whip out some magic tricks, man. Surely, if you're a magician, you could do that if you start struggling.
Have you sussed it, George?
I'll give up with it.
Give us the next one then. What's the next?
So you sent a DM in that you got from Paul Smith. This is before the fight, where he said, "Was sat watching Beard last night like it was full on porn. I swear I was watching him eat this meatball sub and I was making sex noises."
Good old Paul. Is he up for doing a video then, or what?
Yeah, he's well game for it.
Yeah.
I messaged him back, said, "Did you have a little twinge in your pants?" And then I also called him a mad cunt for watching him whilst he's cutting weight. That seems to be
A lot of people do that though,
Yeah.
to put them off, because they get grossed out by me. I don't think Paul's like that. Some people are though.
I don't think it puts them off. I think they just like it's almost like a mental battle, isn't it? When you're that hungry to watch it, like,
It does
I could
put
eat
some
that.
people off though, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of bodybuilders say that, when they get to the contest prep or whatever. Like, that grosses me out, mate, but it's great because I don't want to eat afterwards. I'm like, cool, man. Happy to be of service in any way.
That one that went out yesterday were pretty rough. The breakfast pizza.
Oh,
not
yeah, man, I
yesterday.
fucked that up.
Sunday.
The little cutaway segment in the middle.
That was funny.
I realised that.
I don't think the audio were bad though.
Yeah, but it took a lot of it was bad. hard to tell, isn't it, after all
Yeah.
YouTube compression? But I was really wound up after it because I knew it was such a good video. You know, like the interactions with people and stuff. And I was like, Adam, you fucking tit. But luckily, that's why you have backup, like 3 backup audio channels these days I use because I know I'm such an idiot that I'm going to inevitably get something wrong. Plus, it was like a really small place. It's kind of hard to film in it. But
The guy that seemed like well keen for it, I guess you were the owner.
yeah, they were all lovely there. That's the best part about. People always say like, why'd you go to North America? Because you don't get that anywhere else. It doesn't matter where you go. You're never going to get people that are like over the moon that you came in, to shoot it and that you win as well. And they were really nice. Gave me like I think 12 or maybe a baker's dozen bagels and some cream cheese. I'm like, what am I going to do with those? You're going to be eating them in the car like on the way to the hotel. I'm just eating that massive pizza. Yeah, but
Danielle said to me afterwards, she went, "Will they kept that $100?" I'm like, I doubt it, because somebody else DM'd me as well on Instagram. We're like, I've got a question for the podcast. Does Adam pay for his food? And I'm like, yes, like even when he wins, he'll pay for the food. How often do you get asked that question?
oh, there was a guy who was going off, like it started like a little mini civil war in the comments on that video, actually saying you should be ashamed of yourself for taking the $100. And originally I didn't reply to him. I thought I couldn't give a fuck. You think I took it, whatever. Like I don't give a shit if you think I took. If you think that I took it, then it means that you just probably haven't watched enough videos. But at the same time, I don't go in the comments and reply saying, "Oh, actually, I never take it," because then it just makes you like a tit.
Yeah.
You just look like an arsehole, like you're trying to say, look how good I am. So I just ignore people who do that. Basically, because like what you know what I mean? Because it's like a catch-22.
Yeah, you fucked out, yeah.
Because like the
Well,
moment
you could have taken it because like you won it. That's
yeah, I
fair-
could
fair
have done.
thoughts.
I don't think it would have been, and it's not like they didn't get anything out of it. But I didn't take it. But like I don't like saying that I didn't take it. It's all right, Nicks. Nobody watches all this.
Yeah, people that have checked out
do
this week
probably know
are like,
already. But yeah, plus everyone stopped listening. But yeah, that winds me up. I get it all the time. Do you tip? I start replying to those people saying no. I leave a big steaming dump on the table, jetpack through the ceiling, shouting like incantations from the Necronomicon. You know what I mean? Like just like, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, that's rude." I'm like, "You've got no sense of humor." Okay, bye. Yeah, no, I never tip. Fuck tipping, right?
George, you've got a note here. 100th episode. What do people want to see?
We had a comment from somebody, Gene Longston, saying, for the 100th edition, Adam should eat 100 quail eggs and Josh should eat a Chinese 100-year-old egg.
He's not even eating the fucking surströmming yet. That's still, where's that?
No.
I bet he's
got it.
Have you got it? You got it under lock and key, George?
I've got it.
Don't let him be like throwing it away saying, "Oh, where's the surströmming gone?"
Are you doing it today?
I don't think he said he's probably not got time today, has he? And you'll have to get like your editing fingers on, like,
Making excuses for him, yeah.
start playing. Well, I want you to make it like a big deal. We need to do it
we need to do
outside.
it's fucking pissed it now. It's like
But you-
torrential rain.
You need to start playing like, what's that song? Carmina Burana, you know, the one that goes like, da, 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 dun, 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 dun. You're the one that used to
It's
play
a big jar of whatever. Like it's a
You
big.
don't have to eat all of it, mate. I'm not going to be that big of a...
Thanks.
I know,
I think I'll struggle to even smell it. It's literally coming. For those that are listening, it's about 8 inches
Yeah,
in
what do you think I
diameter.
was going to get a mini one? If you're going to be...
No, but I thought
cost
like
me
tuna.
30 quid.
I thought it'd be like a tuna pot, you know?
No, it's like, well, it's like a big tuna pot, isn't it? Like a very large tuna pot.
We can share it, mate. George, you can have some as well, mate, if you want.
I'll probably go in there, give it a try.
I'll just write the questions.
Have we got any festivals then?
We've got 3 festivals, if we want to finish on those.
Let's do that.
Course, man. Course. That's what I got for this morning.
Are we doing a Patreon section?
We have got a Patreon section, yeah.
Yay.
So first festival. For 10 years, my husband has wanted me to poo on him in bed.
Come on.
I've always said no because I think it's disgusting. About 2 weeks ago, I gave in and I did it. It was completely disgusting. He looked repulsed, barely touched it, and neither of us had mentioned it since.
I wonder what the appeal of that is.
That's true, Jordan.
Apparently one of the...
Not sure.
why is he into that?
Yeah, he got caught DMing like somebody saying he wanted them to peg him, I think.
Shit on him.
Allegedly peg him. You say allegedly when you don't know if it's true, right?
I don't know.
Allegedly shit on his chest and allegedly peg him.
I think he's owned up to.
But one of the Cray brothers was into that, wasn't he? Reggie Cray or Ronnie Cray?
Ronnie. Is
I don't
Ronnie
have to say
the
allegedly
crazy
because they're
one?
both dead. I think they're both pretty crazy, mate. They killed people.
Yeah, I know
But apparently he was one of those was into that.
The schizophrenic one.
I don't know what he was, but
Paranoid schizo.
I can think of very few things worse than having somebody poo on me.
Can you make a clip out of that, please? And like, hello, darkness, my old friend, zooming on Adam's face.
It'd be like machine gun fire if it was Mrs. Beard, though. She used to, because her diet's so pot, those little poplets, like,
like
friendly fire! Friendly fire!
You just reminded me. Did you send me the link to Machine Gun Kelly on the grid walk at Formula One?
I didn't, but I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
So awkward.
That was savage, wasn't it?
What an absolute goon he is.
Somebody tagged me on Twitter.
I like the guy that might, because I saw that. I don't watch F1. I don't really like it. Well, I don't like it. I hate it actually. But is it Martin Brundle?
I think that's
Something like that. I saw the one he did with Cara Delevingne, the model.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't talk to me. He's like, well, I'm sure it would have been fascinating. And then walked off. That kind of vibe makes it funny because he's saying to Machine Gun Kelly, so what's going on in your career?
Yeah. And then
He's got no idea who he is.
No, Machine Gun Kelly's like, do you play keys? And he's like, I've played piano in the past. And he's like, you should do an air piano and I'll do air guitar. So Machine Gun Kelly's like this. And he's like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So he basically just fucks him up. And he just goes, Machine Gun Kelly just sticks his finger up and walks off. And he goes, well, I don't think I'll be on his Christmas card list.
What a shame.
He's like legendary for doing these grid walk talks and just car crashes. Because he did one, I'm sure it was like, I can't remember which celebrity it was. It must have been drunk or on drugs. And he asked him a question. He gave him a completely wrong, like a rambling answer of nonsense. And he went, okay, I'll try to think of a question for that answer. And then carries on. And it's like, what a fucking legend.
That must be so funny. Like that's kind of like loads of people have done that over the years and they like just made a job out of interviewing celebrities but making fun of them. That's like Dennis Pennis back in the day. And then
Someone needs to give you a job doing that.
You'd be good at that,
You'd
proper
be really
dry.
good at that.
Yeah.
I think I would quite enjoy that, but and I wouldn't feel mean if it was somebody like Machine Gun Kelly. So, yeah.
But why would celebrities be such like cunts with people on the grid? Like if they're there and somebody's asking to talk to
said
them,
that word a lot on this
why not?
podcast.
Loves it, isn't he?
No, but there's no other way to describe Machine Gun Kelly in that situation than just being a cunt.
I don't think I expected probably it to be much even worse than it really was. I think, but I don't know. I think a lot of these people they're idolized, aren't they? It's this kind of like god culture. He's just a geezer, and he's probably a bit of a fucking limpet. He's an idiot, isn't he? He's a clown. So like, what? When you stick a mic in front of him, what do you think he's going to say? It's the same with if they stick a mic in front of me. I'm not going to say anything positive about F1. Am I? I'll be like, oh yeah, it's cool, man. Cars are loud. You don't really know what to say in his defense, I suppose. Like, why would you interview a model?
Machine Gun Kelly. I thought, but
in general, all celebrities are in that scenario. Okay. You could be more affable. I think if you approached me, I wouldn't be as. They're always kind of what's the word? Kind of surly and like they don't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
And isn't the rule that they have to talk to him as part of the package? I heard that somewhere. Somebody said on Twitter. Like if you get invited into the media going to interview, you've got to like talk to him. And the guy's he's polite enough, isn't he? Like, I've got a guy. So if I was there. And he said, how's it going, man? How's your career? I'd be like, kind of in the toilet, mate. I do this for a terrible podcast, but thanks for having me. I'm not really into Formula One, but sounds loud. I'd try and...
That'd be more pleasant than what Machine Gun Kelly said.
Yeah. But I mean, does he strike you as a pleasant man?
Yeah.
I don't look at
luckily
Machine Gun Kelly
he's an amazing musician. So.
Oh, yeah.
I think the guy's like, they're polite with him, but like if the conversation's getting awkward, he will not. Like
Doesn't
most
tolerate
interviewers will try and make it less awkward, whereas he just leans into it and he don't care.
He commits to
That's
it.
great.
I love
He
it.
knows they're going to get the clicks, man. They'll be earning their ad revenue. You'd probably be trying to contrive as many awkward interviews as possible.
Right, any more festivals?
I've got more festivals, yeah. I've been subscribed to my mum's OnlyFans for the past 18 months. I don't watch, I'm not sick, but my mum has been struggling financially for the past 2 years and has never accepted any help money-wise from me. So instead, I have 3 accounts all subbed.
Oof, that was a bit of a journey.
Rough that.
I suppose the good thing about that is, I mean, if his mum won't take the money, but she has OnlyFans, it's probably nothing. It's probably a good thing that he's doing. If you look
But how much is an OnlyFans?
Don't know. Is there like a standard price or?
I don't know.
Google it, George.
What do you mean you don't know, George?
Average rate.
There'll be like tiers for it, I'd imagine.
Like
there are definitely
Patreon.
tiers. There are definitely tiers at some point.
Yeah, like Patreon.
Google average cost of OnlyFans.
Maybe it's like...
I know an OnlyFans person that wants to come on this podcast, but Adam keeps saying no.
Do I? Well, beggars can't be choosers, mate.
Around £13.20 a month is the standard subscription
So
rate.
35 quid to his mum.
Although accounts can charge as little as £5 a month, the maximum subscription costs sits at £41.40 around there.
So is there like the upper? I watched a film the other day called Cam. Did I tell you about it?
No.
It's actually quite good in its own way. It's about exploring the world. Not OnlyFans, but like stream sex streamers. Is that what you call them? I guess people that like watch them live,
right?
And they do stuff live. It's actually a really good film. I'd recommend. I say really good. It's like a 6 out of 10. But if you're into like crappy horror movies, but that they have some kind of moral area that they're exploring, it's quite good. But she gets her account stolen basically, and somebody pretends to be her. So it's kind of looking at the implications of AI and all that, but within the world, it's kind of heavy to start with because it's guys. I put it on like it was Mr. Biz like I'm going to bed. I was like, all right, I might watch a crappy film on Shudder. So she's like just tidying up the living room, whatever. And I was like, I might watch this. So it comes on. It starts off. It's like a girl with her sexual organs presented to camera. And she's talking to her streamers, and Mrs. B's like, "Oh yeah, you started this a bit early, didn't you?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I'm not turning it off either." So off to bed with you.
You watched a film on my recommendation as well, didn't you? Old Dads.
I did watch on your recommendation, and predictably, I thought, if I could summarize Josh's personality in one film, it probably would be that. Yeah.
So he messaged me afterwards and put, "Yeah, that film was definitely your level of film. Fucking shite."
It had moments. There were pearls in it, right? Because I messaged you before that with that one line when he's in the is it when he's in the car and they get that young kid to go with him, and the young kid's saying that they're old and they need to evolve, and he's like, "Oh, what, like your generation filming yourself flipping bottle caps on TikTok? Tremendous progress." So yeah, that'd be me.
I watched it and all I could think, this is what Adam's going to be like if he has a kid.
Yeah.
This fucking disgruntled old dad. And also that scene in the car where they're basically getting filmed. Because that exactly happened to, we were in the car last week coming back from the from the food video talking where people should not have a camera. And you said to me, "God, I just somebody filmed this." I'm like, "Watch this film." That'd be us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I felt really bad for him. The worst part of it was when his wife was prepared to leave him.
I know, yeah.
And I was like, if Lynn said that to me, she's like, "Right, I'm going to leave you because you're occasionally a bit grumpy." I'd be like, "On you go then." I thought, man, she was pregnant as well.
Yeah.
I thought, well, what, she's prepared to break up the family just because he had a couple of outbursts. But I thought I was on his side firmly the whole way through. I didn't like it. At the end, when it shows like he's a reformed character, and he's playing catch, and he's got his new child in a papoose, and he's playing underarm throwing a baseball to his son 5 yards away, and some cyclist says, "Really, buddy? That's really dangerous. You're playing catch with your daughter strapped to the front of you." And he's like, "Thanks, man." I'd have been like, "Fuck off."
Yeah. We kind of needed that for the third act, though, didn't we? We needed to see the happy ending.
I suppose. I thought he was going to, because the cyclist kind of looks at him as he rides off. I thought he was going to get hit by a car. And I'm like, please get hit by a car. But he didn't. I bet they filmed that, but didn't use it.
Yeah, alternate ending.
Yeah. Anyway.
Any more, George?
Got one more fesshole. Have you heard of Richard Osman? He's on Pointless.
Oh, yeah, the tall guy, the guy that's like, he looks like he's kind of, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So this fesshole says, "I appeared on Pointless a few years ago. As we walked into the studio, I put too much trust in a fart. I won several £1,000s with shit in my pants." And Richard Osman tweeted back saying, "Well, this is just the most wonderful news."
Do you know what's part about Pointless is?
No.
How low the actual the prize money is. It's fucking diabolical. You get like $2,000. I'm thinking, once you go down to London, it costs you £300 train ticket return. Costs you £200 at least for a night's hotel. Night in a hotel. I think they're watching The Chase. I don't ever watch TV, but like when we go on to Danielle's now, she's always watching The Chase, and you've always got like 4 people. Let's say 3 of them get through. There's always one that only earn like £500 or £1,000. The pot might be like 15 grand. So they don't deserve to be in that team. And then when they win, it's like you've got £5,000 each for all this. And you don't even deserve it. You're like, I love that though. When they ask them if they can take, they do a thing where they be like, they give them the offers, don't they? So they'll be like, we'll give you like £500, or we'll give you like £5,000, or we'll give you -5. I'd take the -5,000 just to piss everyone off.
Come back in and then split the money.
Yeah.
Have you seen the bit on that where he asked a question about like a Norwegian like skier or something?
Fanny Schmeller.
Fanny Schmeller.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I've seen it. Spoiled it then. Sorry for interrupting you, George.
This has been a weird
Sorry, boss.
episode. This has been a
Right,
strange one.
We could leave this on the cutting room floor.
How long has
It's
this been
a while
going
since
for?
we did that.
55 minutes.
55 minutes. Well, if you can endure any more, we're going to jump over to Patreon, where I imagine it'll be even worse. So for as little as $3 a month, which is the minimum, you can enjoy Patreon.
You could almost get an OnlyFans subscription. You can just subscribe to that guy's mum. Disclaimer as well, if anyone, when I said fuck tipping, that was a joke, by the way, in case I just don't want to get inundated with people saying, oh, Beard doesn't tip. That was a joke. It was not literal, okay? If you stayed this long, which you probably didn't. Anyway, what we doing on Patreon?
You probably don't want to know.
We'll find out.
That was an evil laugh. All right. Thanks for watching / listening.
Peace.
Out.